might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? I'm Nick Baskerville. You are here with the Clean AF crew. Oh, it's been too long. It's been way too long. It's I'm trying to make it through the first 20 seconds without it being off the rails. Like I'm trying. Whew, okay. We're gonna do fine until I start bringing people in. I know it. I have this faith. Let's bring in the rest of the crew because you came to see all of us. First up, Mr. Dewayne White. Sir, how are you doing?
What? It's so good to be back. I've missed you guys so much.
I want to tell you, I'm proud of you. A few times I searched up Florida Man, and your name never came up. So I am proud.
Right?
So
yes,
proud
yes. I've been traveling. I've been in Florida. I did not get arrested, as far as I know, yet. Nothing can stick, but I don't know.
But we're gonna come back to that. We got to get the rest of the crew in here, so we are all together. Next up, Mr. P.T. Bratton, sir, how are you doing?
P.T.
Hey, Dwayne, that's not how arrests work. I just want to say
that. There's so many jokes right now.
Yeah, when you get arrested, you know. You know.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Okay, maybe they just haven't figured out who did it yet. That's, I guess, what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dude,
we'll talk about that offline. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Nick. Back to you.
Last but
Back to you,
not
Nick.
least, the funny girl production herself, Miss Nikkie Knowles.
It's been too
There we
long.
go.
She can't figure out how to work the buttons. She forgot how to work the buttons.
I was pressing the wrong thing. I was like, oh my gosh, why can't I get this correct? It's only been a month.
It's only been 4 seasons, Nikki. That's awesome. Hey, sometimes it takes like a Buick a long time to warm up. And then we said during rehearsal, PT. Sometimes they, boom, 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 boom,
Why are you bringing up old stuff, Dwayne?
Exactly.
I'm just saying. That's for the diehards. That's for the.
There's certain things you don't say in front of company. You don't bring that up in front of company.
We ain't company.
No, we got company here. Y'all
We have 11, 12 guests. 12 good guests.
Well, some of them may have a
11,
reference.
10. This is a countdown.
We don't want to get in there.
You're on mute.
What? I'm on mute?
PT is.
Oh.
I have children. I have children.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh,
my
you
bad.
had to threaten them. If you don't get out of here, I am
No.
All right,
There you go.
we're
There you go.
clear.
You have
We're
to say it
clear.
with a smile. So
Yes.
We're
And
clear.
Yes.
that is where the phrase "nice nasty" comes from. It looks like you're being nice, but you got some nasty things to say.
Yes. That dude, I did that. We did an online show. My wife was running an online show, and I walked in from our hotel last week, and I walked in, and she's like, "You need to leave, or I'm going to kill you." On mute. I was like, "This is not." I'll be at the pool. I'll be.
Well,
Have a nice day.
I'm glad that you brought up just the fact that you were away. Why don't you tell us more about what you've done over the last few weeks?
Yes,
Bro, what have I
Dwayne.
not done over the last 3 weeks? I was in Florida until yesterday. That's so I have COVID or hepatitis C. I don't know which one. They don't care in Florida at all. It's insane. It's not the worst I've seen, but it was crazy. I did so much. I went surfing, Nick. I went surfing.
And you're still here.
I know I didn't get eaten by a shark. We all went surfing. I did not do well.
Aw.
My daughter, the gymnast, got up on the second try. I fell a lot. They said we were the best family they'd seen in a long time, though.
Well, it's COVID times, so it may have been a while since they.
Okay, so I tipped pretty well. Maybe that was it. I don't know if that was it.
And now, Dwayne, I don't want to interrupt your flow, but it's not really impressive to say you surfed. Like if I were to say that I surfed, then people would be like, right. You know what I mean? Like
Okay. I'm not. Are we going?
no, go ahead. Continue, please. Continue.
Nope, because this is going to be an old joke here, and I know it's going to happen. This is going to turn into season 1, where whatever I said was like, "You saying a black man can't surf?" I'm not saying that. I'm not. You said it. I didn't say anything of the sort. It was crazy. Here's the thing. Here's what I did learn. Here's what makes me crazy. I was in Florida, and if you notice, you ever watch the movies where people like kill themselves by walking into the ocean?
Okay, I'm
You ever see that?
the only one. I'm with you, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
no.
That is not true. That is impossible. Because I don't care who you are. The second that water hits like your midsection, you're like, oh gosh, I'm sorry. You cannot do that. It is impossible. I don't care how depressed you are. You turn into a giggling little school kid the second it gets to a certain level. It does not matter. Unless you were like in super warm water, and then you're like, I can live. I can handle it for another day. I'll be all right. It'll be fine. This is nice. This is good. I don't know. I was in Florida for a long time, for like two weeks for work, and then I was in Nashville before that.
Ooh, yeah, we saw the pictures at the Grand Ole Opry, right?
I did not perform a set. Turns out if you pay $30, you get to stand in that circle for 30 seconds. It's pretty amazing. But no, I know this is going to surprise you guys. Not a lot of black people in Nashville.
Really?
What?
I know. Like 3. It was not as bad as Salt Lake City. But yeah, sorry. No, I was also in Illinois. That was a little different. I thought if you've never been to the Midwest, you could save yourself the time. Just that's all I'm gonna say, people. If if you thought Florida was bad, those people they do not care at all about COVID, like at all.
You mean Illinois is worse than Florida?
Brother, let me tell you something. Southern Illinois, my wife got yelled at in a store. And when I say store, yes, I mean Walmart because it's the only one they have. Listen, she got yelled at for wearing a mask in a store. Someone came up to her. It was like the opposite of all those Karen videos. Like, I can't believe you'd wear a mask. That's ridiculous. And she, what? This old lady, she's like, scooted up to her on one of those little Walmart scooters and yelled at her. And I'm like, she's been here for a long time. She's the pastor's wife. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh.
I'm trying to understand the fact that your wife, who technically is white, got yelled at by a Karen. That's not how Karen work.
I love how you said my wife is technically white. I love
you think that was technically. That's good. That's hilarious.
Well, because technically she could be an immigrant. Like I don't know where
she is.
On a technicality.
She is.
I would say on behalf of the black delegation, we'll take Imka white.
White or don't get offended, Karen. It's too early in season 4 to get mad. Hey.
Oh, see.
We don't need that. But no, I went to a funeral while I was there in Illinois, and this person walked into the funeral and first of all, I was like, no masks anywhere. This lady walked around, hugged every human being in the place, and then went up to the casket and went. I'm like, okay.
Makes no sense.
Of all, I don't want to bring science into this equation.
Well, neither did she.
Midwest, but like, look, I didn't even know. I didn't know what to handle. It was crazy, man. But I'm glad. Okay, I'm not glad to be home, but I was. Look,
do it.
But I am. My wife identifies as an immigrant. That's good. That's not a kind of immigrant that would get us any kind of tax write-off. That's all I'm saying. I would appreciate that, but I am 132nd Cherokee Indian. If anybody wants to know. Or 164th. I don't know. Hey, anyway, that was my time. I don't know what I was all over the place in the last couple of weeks. It's been a little bit crazy. And thank you guys for having 12-degree weather when I came back from Florida. I appreciate that, by the way. That was really nice of y'all to hold it down for me.
Well, we like to give surprises like that, is what it is.
Dude. I went from 95 to 2. I don't know what happened.
Winter coat weather. Yep.
I was April. I know. I hadn't worn pants for 2 weeks, PT.
I feel you.
Wait a minute. Are we supposed to wear pants right now?
Yes, Nick. We talked about this.
As long as you don't stand up, it's your own business. Do you? What?
Did he disappear?
Nick's like, I'm out. If I can't do that, I'm out. I don't even know what's going on right now. Nick is changing things. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. That's a StreamYard-ism.
I thought he already too much information to Dewayne.
Yes, yeah, he just disappeared. You just mute your camera, Nick. You'll be fine. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Why am I still on this big square? I think it's time for me.
You're supposed to tap out, right?
Yeah, I would tap in a heartbeat, like right now. I would tap.
I'm trying to not be rude and just like do it in the middle of you talking. I was like waiting for the pause.
I'm gonna talk this whole show, Nick. I think we know that.
He's waiting for a pause. Oh my goodness.
Nick just took me out. It's just like, I'm done.
Well, he was waiting for you to stop talking so he could do it. And he just
Evan, I've heard that before. Give me a light, something. Give me a light I can run.
Tell me, speaking of running the light, Nikki, how you doing today? You you good? How much time I got, Nick? No.
Why is everybody coming for me today?
I'm sorry. We just missed you. That's all. It's all. That's all.
Easy target.
So, Nick, go ahead and ask me the same question, Nick. I want the same. I want equal rights. Ask me the same question you asked Dewayne.
Were you arrested in Florida over the break?
No, you offered up that information.
What? No, I don't. That was the question.
And then you didn't know if you had been arrested. For all the people of color on here, we know when we are. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Moving on.
I will repeat the question.
Yes,
So,
please.
PT, what have you been doing the last few weeks?
Yeah. So Nick, what I did is I almost died. First of all, appendix was inflamed. I don't know if you know that's called appendicitis. And then if the appendix actually bursts, you could actually die. And I'm like, this is interesting because if you know anything about the word appendix, it means like extra. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what that. I believe in the Latin, it means extra. So it's a body part that God just threw in there. Hey, just in case something else goes bad, you can use this and reconstruct the organ. But after a certain age, it's just extra.
Well, hold on. I'm a little worried, PT, because if it just wears out, is your warranty not still good? Like on everything else?
Yeah, no, I believe we talked about this earlier. If anyone saw my live earlier, I was talking about being older and the gray hair and everything. This is part of getting old. Certain things, and we talked about this, Nikki. It takes a little longer to get going when you remember those old vehicles that you start the car, you let it warm up because you can't just drive it cold. These new cars you get in and just go, but them old cars you had to let it warm up.
Gotta let the glow plugs get ready.
That's what I was saying with the diesel. The glow plugs.
This is what we're doing.
No, I'm not. I just wanted a witness from you, Nikki. That's all. I was just saying that.
I'm just waiting for the
Nikki's
chat to light up, man. I don't even know.
She's got a bit where she talk about she's too young to feel this old. So I just wanted her to testify. That's all. So anyway, so then we recovered from that. Praise God, they was able to take it out without incident. And then we unfortunately lost two family members, like back to back, boom, boom. And there's nothing's funny about that. But however, the funeral did bring up some humorous. And because we're not laughing at the deceased, we're laughing at the living and how foolish they act. And, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the part where the comedy comes in because, I'm just saying we had two funerals and they were totally different. One was like night and day.
So one was black and one was white?
No, you would think that, Nick. You would think that, but no.
Why? Why would you think that?
Dwayne, we could talk offline.
Saying white people can't have funerals?
No. It's just just the way that the difference in how you operate. Let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. So one was from the north, the other one was from the south.
Still sounds black and white to me.
Northern Northern Virginia versus Southern Virginia, and it was just
sounds the same.
Okay, all right.
You're not changing my opinion.
I mean, the North was more conservative and more reserved, and the South was a little more free spirited in there. Okay, all right. So yeah, it does sound like that. But
I'm taking this clip out of context and putting it straight to TikTok.
You know what? I know.
The North was a little more conservative. The South was more free.
What? I was like, yeah.
Does that mean?
Yeah. There was just a little more. But the funny thing is, the North they were conservative, and in the South they were the liberals. That's the difference. See, that's the part that tricks you down. You're like, hold on, what? That don't sound right. So like the second funeral, the first one was like it was everything. It was all right. Everybody got to sing their solo, forgetting the words, changing the words. It was great. It was people get up and give reflections and all that. It was good. The second one though, they just were really militant with it. Like we from the time we got out the vehicle. First of all, the parking. They had people in the parking lot. The first church, man, you park yourself. Whatever. Good luck. Park wherever. We parked on the grass, literally. The second one, they had parking attendants, and I was like, "Can I park right here? I got a senior citizen." They're like, "Sure." Can you please back in though? Are you able to back in? I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then it's like, "Do you need a wheelchair?" No, we're good. And then somebody else walks up. Do you need a wheelchair? I'm like, we're good. We're good. She's a
What is this,
singer.
an
but she's-
airport?
Right. I'm like, she's good. She's good. And then so we get out of the vehicle. We walk up to the door, and they said, "Hold on, I need you to step back, please. I need you to step back. Did you all ride in the same vehicle?" I was like, "Didn't you just see us get out? Like we were understand. Y'all got to understand the proximity. So okay, to the front door because we got a senior citizen that got the parking spots right up front. So you see us all get out the van together. Like, did you all ride in it? Yes, we did. They said, well, we need you to sanitize your hands, and then you're gonna take your temperature. And then they had like a guest list. It was like, it was like a club. There's like, all right, what's your name? Like, are you on the list? I'm like, because it's COVID. It's COVID. That's the reason why they did it like this. They were like, because you only can have so many people in there, so you had to be on the list. And then it was like, well, the bathroom is right here. And then this is where the comedy really kicked in. Okay. We came inside and they had assigned, it was almost like they had assigned seats. And it got really comical because this is mind you, this is my mother's sister, right? So they grew up in the same house together. This is like her sister. And so usually the family sits up front. Y'all know that, right? Usually that's how that works.
Right.
But the ushers, you heard my jokes about being bouncers? They were more like bouncers and ushers at this funeral. They was like, okay, did y'all ride in the same car? Like, no, we didn't, but they're family. And it was like, so they was playing musical chairs in the church, y'all. It was so awkward. They're like, look, you, sir, come over here. You sit over here and you move over there. And then families, they was trying to help us out. They was like, well, y'all can have our seat. And I'm like, okay, but we need 4 seats, and we only put 3 people on that pew. I'm like, this is insane. So then at the end of it, this is where we were done. We were done at the end because they said, look, thank y'all. We need you to obey the directions of the ushers. So please stay seated. We're going to go out with the family. The immediate family is going to go this way. Do not go that way. Do not go that way. You will exit out the side doors. And then they said, look, the family knows that you care. Okay. We need you to exit the side doors. And when you go in the parking lot, please do not. I know you want to stay and talk, but please go immediately to your vehicle. That is the nicest way I've ever heard somebody say, look, you ain't got to leave.
But you can't stay here.
But you can't stay here.
And we do that for every church service at the end of every service.
Oh my gosh, I would
If you
beat
could
all of the Catholics to the Mexican place. That would be awesome. That would be so good.
Terrible.
What? No,
Terrible.
I'm just, huh?
Terrible. That's terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. I thought you said careful. I was like, what did I say?
No. I said, how you not gonna let people comfort one another in the day? Like, you can do that, just not in our parking lot.
That is not what I expected out of this story. When you talked about this at rehearsal, you're like, yeah, we're talking about the differences. I thought you were gonna have like the Northern Virginia one was like, it was completely like calm and chill, and Northern and the rest of Virginia was like people losing it, like going crazy. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought you were talking about. I thought you had people in T-shirts with pictures on them and stuff. I thought that's what we were going with here. I didn't know.
Everybody was well behaved. It was the church and the ushers. The ushers, man, they were like, it was one, and my cousin. So my cousins are kind of, they tall, right? So the usher is like 5 foot, whatever. And my cousin is like 6 foot. Okay, these are both females, all right. But you got the 6 foot cousin and the 5 foot cousin. And the 6 foot cousin was going to check on my mother who was in the bathroom. And the 5 foot usher was like, you can't go in the bathroom right now because there are already people in there. She said, I don't need to use the bathroom. I'm going to check on my, and the way she said it, she was like, I'm going to check on my auntie, right?
Next week.
Right? Look, so the 5 foot usher was contemplating right there, like, okay, how am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we got to square off, how this thing gonna go down? You know, like,
there is nothing like a fight in church, man. That is the best. That is the absolute best.
I think that's not highlighted enough. Nobody talks about the gospel gangsters, right? Nobody talks about spiritual thugs, right?
Those are the ushers.
We don't have those. Let's get ready to rumble. In this quarter, coming in at a massive 5'3", carrying the Holy Spirit with them in their pocket, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh. And that's when the fight broke out.
And from the youth group coming in at a 6'2" with an entire bucket of goldfish, ladies and gentlemen. We need more fights in church. That would be. I would
No,
go
Karen,
wild.
that's the beginning of a good joke. I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna start off talking about the fight broke out at a funeral, and then take you through all the other stuff. You're like, and that's when the fight broke out. No, that is
Dude,
not when the fight broke out.
I told you I used to do funerals like all the time when I was in the army, and let me tell you, I saw some things at funerals, bro. Casket divers and stuff. It was people lose their minds at funerals. It is amazing. It is so entertaining sometimes. Anyway, I'm sorry for your loss, PT. Let's
thank you.
Yeah,
but
that stuff was funny. We'll say that.
Whoever said funeral merch, that is the greatest line I've ever heard in my life. When I die, I want you guys to have like a T-shirt that just says "White Sparkling Sugar." Can you guys do that for me?
That was gonna be my question. Like, do white people do that? I see, black people do that.
No, we do not. But I wasn't gonna go there. But yes, I've been to a lot of funerals of people that didn't look like me. That's all. I'll say it that way.
That's good. That's a good way to say it.
With T-shirts.
If they do, does that make it appropriation or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would like to say I'm sorry.
The pre-sorry.
I know PT's going to say something. I know
you are right. Something. You are absolutely correct. Yes, I am counting everything you say tonight. Yes.
So one of the things that PT's adventure there kind of makes me think about is that a whole idea that there are thugs in church. I think some of you may call them grandma.
Oh Lord.
Okay. I just say that because I realized I learned something about grandmoms and just something that just blew my mind over this break. Did y'all know that bingo is online? Bingo. No, not the song bingo. Not like B-I-N-G. No, not the song. Like the actual game. That's what's online. Like, and this is mind blowing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, because how are you going to have a whole generation of people who don't like technology, using technology to play a game that doesn't normally take technology? Like this is. I don't remember this from when I was a kid. Okay. So my grandma was a big bingo player, right? And so she would take me, and I remember the whole setup, right? She'd get there and she'd have all the papers laid out, and she'd have all the daubers there and the good luck charm and all that sort of stuff.
What did you call it?
A dauber. Bingo. You call it a dauber?
Oh, yeah, the little ink daubers, right?
A dauber?
What do you call it, Dwayne?
I'm not Catholic. I've never played bingo. What? You weren't. I was raised Catholic. You weren't allowed to go near the Catholic Church. What? A dauber? A dauber?
Yeah. So it's
to
a little
mark the square.
And then,
like a marker.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm sorry. I apologize for interrupting. I will hold my comments till the end. Go ahead.
Well, no, this is meant to be educational, right? Because I want to make sure that everyone understands some things about bingo. Like, and I remember, like, she would play, and all the friends would play, and they would be in church, and it was a great time, and someone yelled bingo and win money, and it was great. And I thought that was just really sweet.
Nick,
until
they won money in church.
Yes. I don't know what church you went to, but the one that my grandmama went to, she let's just say she had enough to get me some nice Christmas presents. Okay, we won't get it too much with grandma.
Okay.
And I thought that was the sweetest thing until I grew up and started with the volunteer fire department where we hosted bingo. That is they are gangsters. Okay, these old ladies are gangsters. My grandmama might have been a gangster, and I just didn't realize it. Okay, so like just like church, like they had these my assigned seat. This is where I'm sitting. Don't take their seat. Don't be funny with the money. Like they're gonna win this money, and they expect to see it. And they want to see, and they want, nah, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna count all the money here right in front of you. I'm like, I thought, what? and these are the same women that come from church. I mean, they rule with an iron fist and apparently and then peppermint in the bottom of their bag. Matter of fact, the whole reason why they got that big bag is they got all that stuff in there, right?
And a
everything.
dauber.
And a dauber. And a dauber. So so that was just a eye-opening experience. I come to think of the ladies who play bingo. I feel like, don't take my word for it, they may be unionized. Like they operate like a union, right? They've got benefits and the well, you know, however, I mean, Jimmy Hoffa was kind of iffy, but either way. So so this one, I thought I saw it all. I'm sitting here like Easter. So Easter day, we're sitting there with some family and friends. I'm looking at now, just remind you, I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to be telling you about this. Okay. So this is just between us and 16, 17 people or whatever. Okay. So
and all the people that's gonna watch the replay. But go ahead. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's that too. I might need to go in the witness protection program, but I don't know how well I'm gonna hide because this throw ain't coming off. But
I love it.
I'm watching and I hear, yeah, bingo. And I'm like, what's that got to do with the ham? The ham? I don't understand. Turns out she's playing bingo on her phone. Now, to protect the innocent, we're just gonna refer to her as Big Mama Bingo. Okay. And so Big Mama Bingo hit me to how it moved online because of the pandemic. Right. And so what it is so one, you can't find the bingo group. The bingo group finds you. You don't look for it and get into the group. You can't find it. They reach out to you and invite you there.
Sound like
what is this? The Masons?
Nick?
What are we doing?
It could be that bingo players are a subsection of the Illuminati. It's too
all the way there though.
It's too early for me to tell. I think that Illuminati is broken up into sections, right?
Bingo Mafia. Yeah.
And then the lady was like, okay, so what you do is you call this person here and she gives you a list of numbers and you pick what number you want to play and that gives you another series of numbers. I was like, that sounds like a bookie. Like
Lee.
I think that's a bookie. But I don't want to judge, right? Because
that sounds like a bookie. It sounds like somebody running numbers like this. Yeah.
Some old grandmother on the side, jingling.
This is not a good idea.
Going on.
But now it's COVID, so they gotta be careful, right? So they can't just be, because they normally deal in cash. But now they did in Cash App because I figured that's as close as you can get to the whole thing.
I was waiting for you to say Bitcoin. I'm like, they're gonna be like, hey,
Let me tell you something. That, ladies and gentlemen, is when I knew the pandemic has had us topsy-turvy. Okay, nothing is the same. The things that I remember from my childhood is totally different now. Totally different.
Bingo, my brother. Bingo. Wow.
This is a terrible idea, Nick.
Well, hold on. You say it like it was my idea. Like
I'm just saying, old people. If you've ever been at like a CVS behind an old person trying to do self-checkout, you know that this is a terrible idea. Old people and technology does not go together. Look, there's somebody now she's like, I got a bingo. No, you didn't, Grandma. That's your phone app. Like, what are you doing? That doesn't count. This is a terrible, terrible idea.
Well, we'll see how it goes. It may be that we'll see on some sort of like CNN special, like the fraud that goes on with the group or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can see that. Yeah.
I just know that bingo ain't what it used to be. The things in my childhood from way back when my mind is blown. This is not what I expected.
Bingo.
So what about you, Nikki? What have you done over the last few weeks?
Well, April is a stressful month because it seems like everybody's birthday is in this one particular month. My son's birthday, my best friend's birthday is the 20th. My brother's birthday. Friend? She knows who she is.
Okay.
My brother's birthday is the 20th, the 21st, and then his wife's birthday is the 22nd. My sister Charlene's birthday is today, and she's watching. Happy birthday, Charlene. So it's like stressful. But my son, all these birthdays in 1 week, so it's just stressful. But my son turned 16 this week, and he was like,
Mm.
you know, he don't want to have swag. I mean, a sweet 16. He wants a swag 16. And so he was like, I want a hotel party.
Are we back to hotel parties again?
Right. Hotel party with like 30 of my closest friends.
30?
Whoa.
Birthday, Todd. He wants 30 of his closest friends. He wants this rapper named NBA Young Boy, which I found out he's in jail. So I didn't.
Probably get him cheap. That's all I'm saying. No,
I'm just saying, you know, he might be in witness protection. I don't know. So he's out, and so you know, he wants this big elaborate cake and all this food, and I'm thinking, how did we get here as a society? Like these parents doing all these big parties and all these stuff for their kids. Like I went to one party, they had a princess theme, and the girl was like 2, but they had a whole castle and they got ponies to come out and, you know, all this money. And then another little baby party I went to, it was a Barbie theme. They actually created a Mattel box and put the baby girl in the box, closed the box, but because it looked like a Barbie box, and had her like posing. I said, it's too much. I can't do it.
The birthday child?
Yes. And so
that's off of Criminal Minds. I've seen that episode.
I thought it was absolutely crazy.
That's insane.
So, I remember like when I was turning, like when I was, we didn't do these elaborate parties. If anything.
What?
If anything, you would get a Duncan Hines cake. And those little hugs, remember that? You wasn't having.
Sorry, I was laughing at PT. I'm sorry. PT just like left the screen.
You wasn't getting no big elaborate cake.
You're mute. I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah,
There we
you're
go.
back.
What happened?
Man, I'm sorry, Nikki. So what happened was Cindy made a comment and I was trying to spotlight it, but somebody else was trying to spotlight it too. So we kept popping up and disappearing. And then
I thought I was having a stroke.
no, and then I got frustrated. I really hit it, and then the camera twirled around. And
You can't be doing that. Stroke because you kept
Hey,
laughing.
whoa.
yeah.
I see stars. I'm here by myself.
I'm like, I'm not hitting it hard enough. Apparently, yeah. I'm sorry, nigga. Go
Oh my god!
I'm sorry.
ahead. It's been a while. Go ahead.
Then
That's
when you
elaborate.
camera turned, I said, "Oh my god, I'm going to heaven. I'm having a stroke."
No,
Oh.
those parties. Hey, my oldest boy just turned 13, so he's a teenager, and I think you got to set the expectations low so that as they get older, they don't expect much. Because he turned 13, and what he wanted was a pizza and an apple pie from Costco. So we were good with that.
Woo.
You know, that's within our budget. You know, that's it.
Send him over to my house because my kids, like, I'm like, I mean, you didn't even get to invite your friends. Like, we had so many cousins. My mother's like, I don't know them kids. I don't want them kids at my house. She would call all my cousins, and then all my cousins would be in the backyard with a Duncan Hines cake and some hugs.
Wow, yeah.
And I was like, you know, we didn't have treat bags. Remember? They have these
You
treat
have to
bags
like
for all that
kids
stuff.
to leave.
You go to the dollar store and you remember those little things you stick your finger in and it locks the Chinese handcuffs. You get that and some
I
googly
think
eyes.
they're called Asian
wow.
handcuffs now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get a sponsor, so I'm trying to watch what I say.
Okay,
But,
hey, whatever, man. Hey.
but, you know, you get those.
Ni hao. I'm
You
down.
want a sponsorship from the Dollar Tree? Is that what we doing?
Listen, whatever we can get a sponsor from, we can do it. Okay.
I'll let
'Cause
China
you-
sponsor this. I don't care. It's like, let's go. Come on, giddy up.
Just
Clean AF brought to you by the People's Republic of China. I don't care.
that was said by Dewayne.
It'll
Right?
it'll break
Dewayne.
halfway through, but it'll be fine at the beginning. It's cool.
Oh, but you got the cute little bag. We got brown paper lunch bags.
Yeah. Well, you can use those as puppets too. So that's
Yep, if you draw on them.
yeah. There you go. There
And
you
then
go.
we didn't get any like rappers or remember those Sweet 16 show where all those rich kids had those famous people come singing on.
Right.
You know, we got a Ron Canoli CD. Remember Ron Canoli? If you weren't saved in the early like 90s, late 80s, it's up there with Fred Hammond and
I don't know if it's I don't know. That's sacrilegious. It's not up there with Fred Hammond.
I do not know who any of these people are that you're speaking
Google
about.
him. We didn't get none of that. My mother was not having anything secular.
I wish my kid would ask for a superstar to be at their wedding. I said, okay.
I've spoiled my children tremendously to even let them ask me that. So that's my bad. I have to lower their expectations. So now I just stopped feeding them.
Wait, can I talk about this comment for a second? Time out.
Which one?
Someone took a limo ride to an Olive Garden.
Dewayne, don't do that.
That's Liberty, her daughter.
But a limo to an Olive Garden.
Don't do that. That's why,
That's Cindy. She's the party planner extraordinaire.
I know.
Look, if it's bottomless pit pasta,
breadsticks,
and that too. And if you not,
now you're gonna make me feel bad saying who she was 10. Okay, come on now.
Yeah, that's why I said, Dwayne, don't do that, man.
That's why I started. I knew I went down a road that I wasn't supposed to go down.
I went there for my. I know I went there for.
He's trying to wave me off, man.
No, prom. I was trying.
Sorry, Cindy.
I was like, I went there for prom one year.
Of course you did. Everybody went there for prom one year.
It was either Olive Garden or Red Lobster. That was our two options. That was what were we doing? Like, look.
I got stood up for prom.
I'm like, really?
Well, she was at Olive Garden, and the dude was supposed to meet her at Red Lobster. That's what happened. So she was at the wrong place. She's eating breadsticks, and he's like, "These cheese biscuits are amazing. I don't care what."
I thought, man, we thought we were doing something. Go to Olive Garden, boy.
Shirley, you got stood up for prom too.
What?
This feels like
sisters got stood up. Was it the same prom?
No. Was it the same dude?
Whoa.
No.
Well, I'm just. All right, I'm gonna leave now. Here, I haven't done this yet this season. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Season 4.
That is terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. What's up?
I meant to ask you. Oh, I did not say Siri.
Now you did.
Could you repeat what you said?
Alexa.
Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
How was your mom and your wife doing all this funeral stuff?
Oh, my wife, she's very sensitive. So my mother's been strong. She's been strong. She's had her moments. And the funny thing was, in one funeral, she kind of broke down in the middle of the aisle, going up to the. No, that's not the funny part. It was that the person on the other side of her was also about to break down. So then I'm like, look, I got two women and just me. I need some help. And my other cousin, now I don't know if you know this about my wife. She has a tendency to be bossy a little bit. So she had told
assertive. She is assertive.
Whatever you want to call it. So she told my other cousin, she was like, you need to help. And he was like, no, they're good. So then when they started to break down, he came and he jumped on the other side. But then somebody else broke down. Another cousin started to break down. So he went over there. And then, this is the 6-foot cousin. So the 6-foot cousin started to break down and then had him in some kind of a headlock. And so then he was like, I can't, I don't know. Because you know how you go to help people and then they kind of get you locked in and
like the person drowning. Like, no,
it's COVID. You just have to let her fall. Just let her fall.
No, you ain't gonna let anybody fall.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that's what the ushers would say.
We are not doing that altar bit anymore up at that altar. We're not doing that tonight. We not.
No, man, I think the cool thing is we got a real tight knit family. So everybody's checking on everybody. So that's real cool, man. That was real cool. We're doing good. Pray for Vita. She just we got the shot. We got the shot today. I talked about that earlier. She's nervous about what's gonna happen. I said, well,
the first one or the second one?
The first one. And I was like, we haven't heard much about the side effects. She said, no, I'm talking about like 5-10 years down the road. I'm like, Vita, hey, I'm just worried about today. Hope you catch yourself. What that mean?
Catch yourself
That
doing
means
these.
you can't catch someone else when they fall.
Oh,
You have to get. Never mind.
Oh, Vita is
Forget
actually on here. Stop talking about my wife. I love my wife.
I don't think any of us did. I'm pretty positive.
You know, Dewayne. Let me hold on.
I called her assertive. Okay.
Hey, do you want me?
So anyway, as I was saying, oh, I love my family though. I love them. I love them. I love them. And my cousin, the male cousin, he's got jokes for days. So that's, I mean, that you can't help but have somebody like that. You know, they lift your spirits. You know. But yeah, y'all pray for Vita. Was so funny. I know we supposed to doing our free for all. She was so funny because the lady we went through together, right? And the lady's like, y'all both getting it or just one? And I looked at her, I said, you want to get it? And she's like, I guess I should. And then she had all these questions. And then she's like, hold on, did you get it? And the lady's like, no, I ain't got it.
No.
And when the lady said no, I didn't get, I was like, this is not helping her right. She's like, no, I didn't get it because I got COVID. This is like, yeah, I gotta wait for 90 days or something like that. And she said, but then I can't have it then because I'm pregnant. And I was like,
why are you here? Why are you even here?
That's like, dude, when I was in Illinois, nobody wears a mask, and every family member's like, yeah, we had it. I had it. I haven't tasted anything in 6 months. I wonder why. Like, I don't know. Like all of them, they're like, yeah, I had it just a couple months ago. Awesome. I'm so glad I'm here with you.
Oh my goodness. No, look, the funny thing is, so my mother, she always misplaced her mask. So when we went down to both funerals, we got like masks. I had like 5 masks in my pocket, and then we had like multiple masks. So it's like if you miss, like we got one for here you go. It was like we had masks and tissues on hand. That's what we had. We were ready. And the youngest one, he was like, man, I can't breathe. I was like, boy, you been put that up over your nose. Breathe through your mouth. Breathe through your mouth. It's fogging up my glasses. Take your glasses off. You're going to keep this mask on. Did I tell y'all? I didn't tell y'all what Vita did. Let me tell you. Vita, can I tell them what you did? Vita was like, we going down there. We wearing double masks and we wearing face shields. And so I didn't say nothing. Internally, I was like, I don't want to wear no face shield. But I didn't say nothing.
Well, in case you need to weld while you're doing it.
I didn't have to say anything because when she pulled out the face shield in the van and my mother looked at her in that face shield, my mom was like, mm-mm. She said, you don't want to wear it? She said, no. That was the end. That was the end of it.
Just another example of how the Illuminati is ruling the
Boy,
world.
let it go.
You don't want to. Yeah, man.
You ever heard that thing, the Baba Belly?
What are you talking about?
Are you speaking English?
It's this new diet craze where people are drinking this thing called Baba Belly. It's a juice, but they won't tell you what's in it. That's how Nikki is with the Illuminati. Like, girl, you know you need that Baba Belly.
It's a tapeworm.
What's in it? I saw an episode on Andy Griffin where they did the same thing. They had some tonic. And one of them but liquor. That's what. I don't know if that'll help you lose weight though.
I know what Otis was into it.
That's stuff on Good Times. Michael Evans.
Oh,
Dwayne's reaction is funnier than even what the joke was.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
Corn liquor. Y'all is something else. I didn't miss hanging out with y'all.
We had a free for all already.
It didn't happen. We'll do it next week.
Welcome to season 4.
I don't even remember what it was.
Nick was gonna read the list to us, and we was gonna go through. Remember?
Yeah, we're already at like closing in 50 minutes. I was talking to Cindy, shout out to Cindy, and we were talking about the show link or whatever. And I was like, yeah, our show is normally 30 minutes. She's like, really? Is it really 30 minutes? And I was like, okay, so you got a point. Yeah. Sometimes it may get church links, which means it varies there in the end.
Nick, it has never been 30 minutes. Like,
it's always been 40. It's always been 40 minutes, Nick. Or as Nikki likes to refer to it as 50.
They're gonna quit company. You missed it like one time. Whatever.
This crew don't let you forget nothing. Man.
Nothing.
I mean, they don't let you forget nothing. Like when Dewayne forgot his jokes and ended 2 minutes early.
Oh,
Or if he
oh.
hit the wrong button and showed us his entire house.
Oh, that time that Nick
Or
got
when
choked
Nick-
out by his wife. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, that time Nick was here at 5:59 and 30 seconds.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Do a blooper reel, and it would just be a show.
Oh
would
my
be what it was.
goodness.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that this time was unforgettable for you, and we don't want you to forget to show up next week because we're going to do it all again. In between there, check out our various social medias. We all have separate things. Go there. We have various things going on, so we'd love to have you there. But don't worry, we will be back. Make sure that you are following us on YouTube and Facebook, and make sure that you like and subscribe and share and come and laugh. That is it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next week.
Bye.